I had a good day, and I'm so happy about it, honestly. I want to get into it because I'm finally feeling a little bit better. Feeling a little bit of happiness. Okay, I gotta move this so it's just not facing the mirror so much. And I might be like blindingly bright right now, so maybe I'll just... Nope, it's brighter. Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. But, okay. I like Porygon showing. There we go. There's Porygon. My baby. Better back. Okay, yeah, I'm just in a good mood, so of course I'm just gonna keep doing all that stuff. So let me just begin. But so, like I said, I had a good day yesterday. I went and I did my biology lab, and I actually had such a good time. It reminds me like what I'm going in for. I like biology. Like I just enjoy it. I just have a good time. I feel smart. I feel confident. I love it. It's like going, oh my god, no, my shirt. But I just like, how could I even say this? How do I start this off? Okay, so I'll just start with the beginning. So first off, I of course had a class earlier in the day, and then I had like a 3-hour period. Was it 4 hours? It ended at 2:20 and it starts at 5:30. So that's about 3 hours. 4 hours. Just under 4 hours. So, well, I had some time. Like I said, I'm not the best at math. But so, yeah, I had some time in between classes. So I came home, was kind of just like, oh my god, yeah, it's going to be a late night. And I just like in my kind of like mood or whatever. Not letting myself spiral. I wasn't going all pity party on myself. I was going like, okay, like, yeah, we did class, we go to the next class. Like just kind of pushing forward, like taking one step forward at a time. You did the class, take a deep breath, and go to the next class. So I did that, and I was just, I don't know, having fun. Like I went there. Okay, so like I said, I continue the story. So then I packed my backpack, and then I went. I forgot my yogurt, and I was like, whatever. And so instead of taking the bus, because my class goes to 8:30, I was like, I don't want to take the bus, like get on the terminal at 8. I know people do it, but I just don't want to. I don't feel comfortable. It's not the greatest. So I took my car and I just drove. Like the traffic was horrible. Traffic like put me back like 20 minutes. Like when I was like 2 minutes away from the university, like the bridge was packed right before the university. So I couldn't really get there as early as I was hoping. And like, I could have thought forward. I just didn't. Like I know construction's on that bridge. I was like, oh, it doesn't ever take that long. But I was leaving at like 4:30. So like rush hour. So that's like the supper hour. Everyone's going home from work. Everyone's leaving the university. So, of course, the university's traffic would be backed up to no avail. And so, I was starting to get a little bit worried if I was going to make it on time. And so then, like, I get there, I park over, like, on, like, the side streets. Because, like, there's, like, you only get 2-hour parking from, like, between the hours of, like, 8 and 1700 hours, which is 5 o'clock. And so, I got there at, like, 5:10. I was hoping to get there at, like, 5 o'clock and be like, park the car, I'm fine. And it didn't quite happen that way. So I parked on the side streets. It was 5:10 and I rushed to the university. I did some running at some points. I will say that. I ran from like one point, and then I still got there a little early, so I got my seat. And then, what happened? Oh yeah, so then I get to the building, I'm sweating. I'm like, oh, I hate sweating. So I get to the lab, and the TAs are all much younger than me. Like, I know, like I was talking about, like I shouldn't worry about my age, but of course I do, because like the head TA, because like the professor, he doesn't like run the lab, it's the TAs that do. The head TA is like 21, and I'm like, fuck, 26. And he's like at the end of his degree, and I was like, oh yeah, what degree are you going in for? And he's like, oh, biology. And I'm like, oh, I'm going in for environmental biology. And he's like, that's the one I should have gone in for. And that was a little bit of a feather in my cap. I'm like, okay, well, if the person who's just about to get their degree's like, I should have gone that route, it's a little more confidence in my field. But I was like, you got time if you wanted to. And he's like, oh, I don't want to take more geographies. And I'm like, fair. You've just been in school for like 5 years, so 4 years. Yeah. So it was good, and then the whole class was just about microscopes, and like I've worked with a microscope before, so like I wasn't like proficient because it's been so long, but I knew what I was doing. Like I know how a microscope works. Like, yeah. But so we like talked about what we were going to be doing in that class, and then so we opened up our lab manuals and we just started like doing the assignments. And I'm not like the fastest worker, but I was doing like a good pace. And it was good. It was good. So we first started with like pond samples, and we started like working with that. So we had like the pipettes, and so we like take out. There was 4 pond samples, A, B, C, and D, and I picked D because not because I'm. It was because I was the only one that wasn't being picked from. So I was like, okay, I'll do D because there's no line up here. And then take it back, look at it under the microscope, find different, so like 3 different genre, and like write what they are, write their like pollution index, all this like other stuff. Like, yeah, just fill in like how many you see, like name the first 20 like genre you see. So like I saw like 10 Volux and like a bunch of other things. So then you like list all that down, and then you put it into the computer, and then it gets projected onto the screen with all the rest of the class's data. So if you're first, you would just be working with your data. But since there was a couple people had already like filled in theirs, like I was in the hundreds already. So I was like, okay, perfect. And so then you write all that down. You find the frequency of it by like adding up. Okay, so what was it? You write what it is. I already forgot. So yeah, you write something, then you add up all those. Oh yeah, you write up the. Okay, so you write down what it is, and then you look at the projector with everyone's data, and you write how many of those have appeared. And so you add all those up, and that's the frequency. So like it was like 1872 or something. So 1872 was the frequency. Like that's just how many creatures are appearing on the data right now that we've like put together. And so then you take that and you divide it by its magnification. It was a different thing that you divide by its magnification. Oh, we were finding actual size. That's when you like, actual size is magnification over how many it can like fit across like the microscope you're viewing. So like it would be like 0.44 divided by 20, because you could fit 20 of these little things across. And so that's how you get your like actual size. But then so like with the other thing I was talking about, it's like all this other sciencey stuff, but whatever, that's not what I'm actually getting to. I shouldn't explain the lab. So it was fun, and like the lab techs were so busy because everyone was walking around, and one of the lab techs almost screwed me up. She was like, oh, you're not supposed to be filling out that data there. And I'm like, that's it says to fill it. She's like, no, you're supposed to fill it on this area. I'm like, it says to fill it out here, and that's what everyone else is doing. And then she was like, oh yeah, I know, you're right, you're good. And I'm like, okay, that scared me unnecessarily. So I was just like, oh dear goodness. And yeah, then it was just like a couple people were asking me what to do because the lab techs were so busy. And like I wasn't the first finisher. I think it's just because I talk so loud that people are like, okay, that person talks. So I might as well ask him. So I think being loud got me like people asking, like one person, or I think 2 people asked me like a question. So like I was like, girl, I don't know, I'm in the class with you. But actually I did know, so I was just like, yeah, you just fill it out here. It was just a simple question about filling out like the sheet and how to do it, and I was like, oh, it's just like this. So the lab techs are busy, and then like after I finished that, I was like, whoa, finished early. And then I realized, because like only one dude had like finished and left, and I was like, oh, doing good. And then I was like, oh wait, I only did like the pond sample one because there was a second one we had to do with moss leaves, and so I quickly, that one was a lot faster, and so I just did that. And then there was like the after lab questions, and then there was like the little quiz thing that I completely forgot about. They were like, yeah, if you want the answers, like you gotta just like fill it out here and we'll check it for you. And I'm like, okay. So I like kind of quickly filled that out, and like I was one of the last, because I think apparently a lot of people left and didn't get their lab like questions checked. Maybe they were just gonna like look from a friend or whatever, but I like figuring it out there. It kind of like helps me remember better. It was just simple things like, oh, and that was another thing the lab tech, he was like, no, you're right. Like, everything does have ribosomes. All living, like, cells have ribosomes. And so it was like, what 4 things does every creature share? And it's like plasma membrane, ribosomes, DNA, and chromosomes. In class, we're told just the 3. Ribosomes, plasma membrane, and chromosomes. Because DNA is just chromosomes. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off track here. I should have brought a water. But yeah, so that was good. And then, like, at the end, like, I called my mom after because she tried calling me because, like, you know, we usually talk, like, around supper time. And I was still in class because it goes till 8:30. So I was like, I had supper before class and was just doing it. But so I was having such a good time, actually. So I called her up after class and I told her all about it, and I was gushing, having so fun. And then I got lost to try and find my car. I walked, because like the whole street's under construction. Like that's why it was like I was late getting onto the bridge, because like one lane's closed down all the way through the university. And so I was like, oh yeah, I think I just walked straight up here and then my car should be right there. And I got so lost, and I walked around like a bunch of blocks, like trying to find my car. And it started raining, and my mom was like, you should call your brother, like call a cab. I'm like, I gotta, like my car will get towed if it's here in the morning. Like I have to go find it now. And so I like pulled up my umbrella and I kept walking and talking to my mom. And then I eventually realized I was at the wrong construction intersection, because there's like 5 intersections that have construction going on. And so I was like, oh no, I'm all the way down there because I had to run. That's right. And so I get to my spot and find my car, drive home, and it's like 9:10 by the time I get home, and I'm kind of like already like, I just gotta get in the shower, go to bed, I'm so tired. I ended up staying on my like phone till like 10:30, watching like Your Last Meal with like the celebrity. It's like by Good Mythical Kitchen. Anyway, yeah, it was just a little bit of a go to bed. Well, it's because like class was canceled today, so like I don't have to go because it's at 3:30 and it's 8 o'clock right now. So I'm like, I can sleep in, which I didn't, because a bunch of police cars and an ambulance and a fire truck all came to like the house right across from me, and it was loud. And so I woke up at like 6:30 because I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is why I can't wait to live in the country again. I just don't do well with the sounds of the city. So I was like, okay, when is this like traffic, noise, everything gonna end? Because I would like to go back to bed. But it was happening for a while. I couldn't really see what was going on because like the big fire truck was in the way, but I was just like, whatever, I'm awake now. So I just kind of like started scrolling on TikTok and like messaging some friends, and I was like, okay. So then I woke up, went and made an egg, and I was like, I'm up now. And I texted my mom, good morning. Well, she texted me and then I texted her back, and then I was like, oh, well, I'll call you in 25 minutes, because I was just going to make my YouTube video and, like, talk about it and have fun doing that. So that's kind of what I did. And so I have, like, a long day today, because, like, technically I don't have class. Like, it's all recorded, and it's not going to be posted till, like, I don't know, later this week. I think, like, maybe Friday or Saturday. But, like, I have classes Friday and Saturday. What do I have? Oh, a lab on Friday, and then bio class on Saturday. Okay. Sorry for all the squinting you just saw me doing. I'm trying to look at my whiteboard. But, yeah. So maybe today I'll just, like, shave, do my skincare, and then I don't know, because, like, I washed my hair yesterday, which it was looking real cute, but then, like, I got rained on, and, like, it was so windy yesterday, so now it's just, like, very much Bob Ross hair. Like, I, like, pull up my, like, thing behind me, it's like, hello, welcome to the painting. I blinded myself. But yeah, it's just also, like, if you want a lighting system, this thing is magical. It's young new, and like this is like the thing, the tag, if you can see it. It's good she and yeah, and I just got this like tripod from Best Buy back when I worked there. And yeah, it's just got like all these light settings. You gotta order the batteries separately though. I ordered this thing way many years ago, and only this year did I buy batteries for it. So I was like, pussy boy. Or was it like, oh no, it was like last year that I bought batteries for it. It's like I've had it for like 7 years, and I've only been using it for like 2. Because it's like, like I was just discouraged. I like bought it, and I was like, oh, I have to buy the battery. Lame! And so I didn't buy the battery. Anyway, I should actually like start doing my sunscreen too. I'm like getting ready for the day. But yeah. I just wanted to say I'm feeling good today. I'm still like fantasizing about becoming an influencer and making like, $500,000 a year. I know they make like millions, and like that's what I should aspire to. But like, how cool would it be? Like even like 500,000 is a lot of money. That's a lot of lettuce. So if I was making that much, I'm like thinking, I'm like, school? It's a hobby. But I would want my job, because I would want a career. So I would still stay in school. I wouldn't just drop out. I'm like, I'm back in it to win it. And so I would finish because I'm enjoying it. Like, I had so much fun at biology, and I love learning about, like, well, I love looking at the microscope and seeing, like, cells, and, like, it's so cool, like, pulling it into focus and, like, there it is. Or, like, seeing, like, a pond sample and these little tiny, like, clear things with, like, little green chloroplasts and little, like, red nucleuses, like, darting around the place. At least I think that red thing's a nucleus. I don't know. I didn't see anything else that could be a nucleus, but then again, it could be something entirely different. It was a volux, so maybe I should search up what a volux is. But yeah, no, it was just fun, and like, learning can be interesting if you're learning the thing you're interested in. But you really gotta just like kind of stay in that mindset. Like, I gotta, like, even if I have a bad day, I gotta be like, I like this, it's fun. You gotta fake your emotions until you can like feel them, because I don't want to be like sad and be like, oh, I hate school, because like, I am like that, where I'm like, I hate this, I want to get out, but I can't think like that, because then my brain will be like, well, then let's get out. Like, we can make that happen. You have that choice. I want to be like, this is fine. I'm going to get my degree. And so that's just what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to applying a tap it, because if I start like pushing it around, I find that maybe it's because I'm using like just CeraVe's a good sunscreen, but sometimes like when I'm smearing it around, like it starts catching all of like the, oh, what's the active ingredient for like sunscreen? Zinc. It starts catching all the zinc and like making just like smear marks, and like I have to wash my face to get it off. So like I just find that I have like a 99% success rate when I pat it on. So that's just what I do. I probably shouldn't be dubbing it, but I just like kind of dab it right here, but because when I sweat it all comes down anyway, which is probably not good for my eyes. But yeah. Oh, I was gonna shave, right? Yeah, I'll do that tonight. I just got one class tomorrow, so it'll be easy. But yeah, no, it was a good day. It was a good day. But what was I saying about money? Oh yeah, I would have money. I'd be buying things. Not tons. Like, I say buying things as if I'd be like, I'm going to Gucci, I'm dropping $1,000. I know, like in a last video I said, I'd go to like a Christmas fair and drop 10,000. Of course I wouldn't drop 10,000. Like, I don't think you can drop 10,000. If I was just buying stuff for capitalism, then I could. But I only buy stuff that I want. But like, so like, the things I'd buy would be like trees, flowers, shrubs, things that I could like increase the local fauna and like create habitat and whatnot, stuff like that. But I would also buy things for my wish list, which include vintage Christmas decorations, because I love those so much. Instead of like buying like just a bunch of the new ones that like kind of suck, I'd buy the old ones that are like really well made and they're like beautiful and like heirloom pieces. Not like what Heritage does now for like Christmas decorations, which isn't really that good. They're not that cute. Hi, welcome to this angle. Do you see up the Bat Cave? The Bat Cave? No, it's fine though. But I was, yeah, influencer money, and I would just like pay for my schooling. I would pay for a house closer to the school so I could just walk instead of, because like it's like, yeah, you could live on residence, but like that's never fun. Well, sometimes some people have fun in residence. I was always vehemently warned not to, so I never did. But yeah, I would definitely rent a place closer to the university. And then once I'm done school, I'd just be like, bye Saskatoon! And then I would evacuate back to the woods where I belong, where I am a natural creature of the night. Okay, there we go. Wiping extra sunscreen on my arms, because it's also a moisturizer and I shower every night, so like it comes off anyway. Good. But yeah, so I was just like really like having a good time yesterday and thinking about like, oh my god, I could do this. So like once I'm done all these like psychology and geography and chemistry. I mean, like, I just have a bad history with chemistry in high school. I didn't have a very good chemistry teacher. And she'd have some things to say about me for sure, which is fair, but so is my thing. Because trying to go for her to help at lunch, and she's never in the class, and she didn't really explain it, and I also wasn't being a very good student because I didn't really want to be there. Not in school, just in chemistry. So, yeah, it was all very interesting, and just yikes-a-doodle-doo. But, once again, back to the big hair. It's kind of like not falling in front of my head, so. Forehead for days. I need to get it cut. I want to get it cut. So I think I'm going to make an appointment and just get like the sides. Like I want to get all of this kind of brought down. Same with like this. Same with like this. Like all just a little bit shorter. Maybe like a couple inches. Maybe I'll just ask her to like chop like 3 inches off. Because yeah, it's just not falling right. It's like at a weird thing. Because the last time I cut it was when I chopped it off myself, which didn't turn out really well. Okay, if I tilt my head back, maybe it'll fall back naturally. But yeah, so I want to get it cut. Nope, that just made it worse. You know what? We'll stop fiddling with the hair. It's not doing me any favors. But yeah, so that is my day. It's a good school day, and I'm just thinking more about like moving back out to the country after like being awoken by ambulances, ambulance, cop cars, fire truck, and their sirens, and I'm like, oh my god. Just the lights that always like kind of like, my bed frame blocks like 90% of my window, so if a fire happens, I gotta use that mom strength, otherwise I'm dead. Just like pull my bed back a little bit and like dive out the window. So hopefully no fires happen in the like time that I'm here. And yeah, I just like the light that comes in still. And I'm like, I can't wait to be like back out in the country and just hear crickets and the dog barking. And because like the dog barking, it's never close to the house. Well, if it's close to the house, you gotta be worried because that means the coyotes are close to the house. So when the dog's barking, it's usually like far away. So it's never anything for me to like worry about anyway. But then you hear like the crickets, you'll hear the wind. It's just quiet and peaceful and dark, real dark. And I would have it very like landscaped Bouchard gardens. Like it would be very, very nice. I would love it. Okay, that might be too much lip stuff, but yeah, I'm very excited for that time of my life, which is only a couple years away, which is great. Some people don't even get that kind of life because they don't want it, or they want it, but they just don't know how to get out there, or it's not what they think it was, yada yada yada. But yeah, I'm having good time. And so that's just kind of where my mental process is at. Good things come to those who like try and put in the effort, of course. So I'm here putting in the effort, so only good things can come from you trying. Actually, I don't want to say that because some people might be like, I tried and I got fucked. It's like, okay. But I'm trying to get my degree, so I'm pushing myself through school because this is what I want to do. And I've seen that without it, I can't do much. I can't do the things I want to do. So yeah, complete school and work. Gotta work to make money, to like buy trees and plants and shrubs. So that's just kind of what I gotta get to. And I feel like I'm close. I'm enjoying my classes. I'm going to them. I'm studying. Like, pass your finals and midterms, and you'll be fine. And then once you start just doing only biology classes, and I was talking to a friend, she's like, yeah, take field courses. And I'm like, that's a thing? I thought it was all just in school. And it's like, no, like, you can take your field courses. And I'm like, that's so fun. So I think I'll do that, and it'll make it a lot more excitable in those later years. Going out into the field, doing all of that. So there's lots of things to look forward to. But once again, it's just putting in that effort, trying your hardest, and having fun, you know? Make the most of this while it lasts, because I probably won't be working with a microscope again. So have fun in the time I get to take a microscope course. Oh, I saw these really cool things in the minute I have left. In the university, I was just walking around looking at open doors. And there was this one room that had like these old models of the solar system with like stars and stuff, and I was like, oh, that is so cool. I don't know if I posted it to my TikTok or not, but like I have a picture of it, and it's like there's one that just has like the clear dome. There was one that was like all constellations. So like This one had like the constellations, and it was so cute and fun. Oop, stay in focus, please. And this one was like a clear one with like the constellations that had like all of that. And that was my favorite one right here, where it has just like the sun and all the planets and like the constellations around the dome. And it's so cute. I love it. But yeah, so that's just kind of like how my day was going. It's a good day now. And I had fun. It was good. It was good. So hopefully, not hopefully, I will get my degree, and I will keep trying and putting in effort. I will keep making YouTube videos, and hopefully I become influencer famous in the time that I'm in skill. Right now, why not? Right now. Woo. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.